Hello,
Bigfoot is real.
Okay, he's cutting right to the chase. I was going to say hello to y'all, but he is real.
Howdy.
Howdy.
I'm Joseph Hartnett. That's not
Richard.
Bigfoot. That's Richard Hurtado. I know he looks kind of like it, but... So, Bigfoot is real.
We're going to tell you why. Because one, we've seen it, but we'll get to that later, and we will give you... I don't know if any of you have seen The Legend of Boggy Creek, but it's the
movie.
Scariest freaking movie I've ever seen. I got chills.
We got to give you some background here. We live out in the middle of Francis, where actually he lives in a small neighborhood of McClellanville, South Carolina.
McClellan was basically just a neighborhood.
But I live on the other side of the highway in a swamp, pretty much, in the middle of the Francis Marion National Forest.
And this movie, in the opening scene, for our biggest fear is Bigfoot. He terrifies us.
Because we hunt, we go in the woods a lot.
Terrifies. Like, to the point where, like, we get scared. It's crazy.
That's tough to do.
At the beginning of the movie, there's a scene, and it comes up on a swamp, and I say, hey, Joseph, that looks just like your backyard.
That was probably the worst thing he could have said at that moment.
This man put blinds up the next day so he could close his blinds because he could see his backyard through his window.
I couldn't sleep.
I don't blame him, because when I go to his house, there's a big window in his den. I can't go downstairs at night because I'm terrified that when I walk through, Bigfoot is just going to be standing there. At
that point, I also started keeping the old 12 gauge right next to my bed.
I don't blame him. But if you want to get scared of that movie,
The Legend of Boggy Creek.
Never going to Falk, Arkansas on my time. I'm never going to the state of
That's
Arkansas.
another thing. Monster Quest is probably one of the most reliable sources you can.
They can't lie on that show. If it's on TV, it's real. TV, internet, and social media.
They do DNA testing and get real footage of Bigfoot.
Now, they might not have DNA of a Bigfoot before, but it's nothing like they've seen before, so it can't be fake. Exactly. So don't you tell me it's fake.
Exactly.
Because you have no evidence.
Falk, Arkansas. A man was walking up on his porch after taking a piss, and Bigfoot came, ripped him off the porch, beat the living hell out of him, left him, and then went around the house, reached into the window, and tried to grab his wife. That's a little scary.
Yeah, when you're... eight watching that. With his house being a swamp, we go frog gigging all the time. We hunt all the time by ourselves.
Which leads us to our next. We actually have seen Bigfoot.
We have seen Bigfoot. Now, I've seen him by myself multiple times. And I'm sure I know he has multiple
Absolutely
times.
Terrifying.
By yourself.
By yourself, though, you always question, was it real? But when we were together, we were 100% positive.
So here we are, 10 years old. We just seen Monster Quest.
Hot July night.
We hadn't seen The Legend of Boggy Creek before.
Thank the Lord. We never would have gone outside.
We saw that last year, and we didn't. Neither of us hunted or fished anywhere near the swamps for a year.
No.
But here we are. We have our spotlight, our gig.
We're going frog gigging.
We're going frog gigging.
It's about a mile walk to the...
We call it the Bass Pond. Now, the one thing about going to the Bass Pond at night is teenagers enjoy activities. Mm-hmm. They enjoy being really good friends at this pond at night.
The pleasures of life.
Very good friends at night. So we were worried about that more than anything. Bigfoot was kind of the back of our mind because we were like, there are a lot of frogs. We're going to get frogs. He's going to be good. Mm-hmm. And so here we are walking to the Bass Pond.
It's down like an old dirt road, right straight in the middle of the woods.
No lights. There's no moon this night.
We had that high-powered spotlight. In case you never buy one of those, they make it look like daytime outside for about 5 minutes, and then they're done. Mm-hmm.
So here we are.
So being stupid, we turned it on right when it started to go.
We would just kind of turn it on and see where we're headed and then walk. So we turn it on, see where we're headed. Okay. Started walking a little bit. Got a little bit down the road, and Joseph kind of, put his hand out and said, oh, what is that?
My Bigfoot sense started.
Yeah, and then we both stopped. We heard something walk through. It sounded like a big, if it was a man, it was a big old, it was like a shrimper down to the docks, a big old boy.
Talking like size 16 foot.
Oh, a big boy. So
I know what a deer sounds like walking through the woods. It's not a deer.
It didn't really sound like a man because I've heard us walk in the woods. It sounded. So he kind of sits there and he's like, well, should I shine the light on it? Because we were worried.
We had like a small 4-pronged frog gig.
Yeah, and we were 10, 11 years old maybe. Probably closer to 10. So, well, he's a year older, so he might have been 11, I was 10. So if it's a kidnapper, these little chunky, I was a little round mound of fun. I was a chubby little kid, and he was real skinny. So it would be very easy to pick us up.
Yeah.
So
naturally, we were a little bit worried when we heard that something walking through the woods towards us.
And our first thought was, hey, let's start eating back. No. Our first was, let's shine the light right where we hear the noise coming.
Mm-mm. Not a good idea.
We shine the light, and lo and behold, 8 feet, 10 feet tall, Bigfoot is just standing there.
First, when we shined the light, all we saw was 2 eyes about that far apart looking back at us, but they were about 8 feet in the air.
And then when we really looked, there was a big, I can't even describe. I'm
just like
right
mouth
now,
and fangs.
I'm about 6'1", 6'2", and this thing still would be a couple of heads taller than me. And the size, this thing was terrifying.
It was a monster.
Terrifying.
It was Bigfoot.
So here we are, and we're both frozen with the light.
Well, Mr. Foot decides to take a step towards us, and that
Unfroze.
it definitely unfroze us.
I don't know where. So it's, remember, no moon. So we can't see anything. All we have is his light. Joseph, out of fear, when he moves, drops the light.
Hey, I was gone.
I
That
don't
was
blame
a
him.
20-pound light.
He dropped
Extra
the light.
weight.
He started running. I took the gig and went, but I'm 10. So this gig, like, kind of went straight up in the air and just bounced. And whatever this was didn't enjoy that.
Mm-mm.
So we started hightailing. Luckily, he didn't chase us because he would have caught us. And we started hightailing in pitch black, and all we hear behind us, I don't know if you ever heard coyotes in the wilderness, but this thing was that on steroids. There was loud, blood-curdling yell of a man, like a gorilla screech.
It was terrifying.
I had to change my shorts.
And the scary thing is prior to that, there had been like frogs and crickets and stuff. After that, it was dead silent the entire way home. Not even like the slightest insect noise.
And we stopped. There's a little prom at his house. Old Georgetown, Palmer's Bridge.
The roads were kind of like
crossroads.
Right.
It's like a crossroads. So it's like, I mean, it's I can't even do it with my hands. There's so many. It's like that. And so we stop at that middle thing. No lights. We can just kind of hear each other. So we're just kind of sitting there like, oh wow. That was terrifying. So we walk home. We go inside. Of course, nobody believes us.
No.
The next day, we have to go back.
Well, first off, we needed to get Grandpa's light.
Yeah, because his grandpa.
He does not take kindly to us borrowing things and not returning them.
Mm-hmm. So we went back, got the light, got the gig, and when we looked on the road, there were footprints that big all across the road.
It was scary.
To this day, we have never been back to the bass pond at night.
No.
Never go back to the bass pond at night. I hope any teenagers...
Personally, in my opinion, he's realized that's kind of like a buffet line. He just waits there, sees a shaking car, walks up to it.
I don't know if certain noises attract him.
But
I'm never going back to that bass pond at night. We don't go outside of Joseph's house at night anymore.
So, Bigfoot is real.
He is real. If you have any questions, you can comment, and I will personally call you and explain to you that he is real. And if you don't believe me, watch The Legend of Boggy Creek, and that will scare you into believing.
Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.